We return to the year of the Jubilee. This is part 2 of my video. Anyway, the year of the Jubilee. As we were saying previously, that every 50 years it's supposed to be the year of Jubilee. And every 50 years when it approaches, events that was supposed to allow the year of the Jubilee to come about give rise to somebody who keeps it from happening. Today, in this our year of Jubilee, black men are beginning to say to each other, what are we doing to bring ourselves out of this misery that we Africans have had to live with year after year? Today, everywhere I go, especially on the internet, so-called manosphere, there is this thing called game. Now, when people first started talking about game, it was a specific reference to what goes on between the black woman and the black man. But the same people, like those who brought down Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey before today, they are now saying game is everything. They're including business to make it appear that people are talking about business when they talk about this game that are being played against black men by black women. And it makes me laugh. I have to shake my head and just say, these are intelligent men, but guess what? They're benefiting just like the people who benefited from the destruction of Martin Luther King and Martin and Garvey. They are benefiting by saying, you know what? This game y'all talking about, it's big, you know. It's about business, you know. Business is a game. Education is a game. Everything is game. It's not just about women. Everything is game. So they try to insinuate that those men who don't want to play the fool lose their own self of sense and purpose, who don't want to use up their resources uselessly. You don't have to worry about that because everything is game. You know, you pretending you don't want to play the game with women, but you know, when you go to school to study to get a job or to get your own business, that's game too. So why don't you just play the game? You're not playing the game because you can't play the game. You're a loser. You know, you can't play. That's the problem. That's why you upset because you can't play. Look at us. We are playing and we are successful. You know, a few years ago I heard the talk started about women are going to come back to the table. I started to laugh. Is it funny what's going to happen, boy? You're gonna be feeling happy about women coming back to the table, and they're gonna break your back. Sure enough, the women came back to the table, and the men were so happy that the women came back to the table. Not only the men who were somewhat on the fence about making their own decisions and living their own lives. They could see what was happening to them, and they begin to say, you know what, this is not good for me. I got to do something about it. But now they got women calling and saying, hey, sweetheart, haven't talked to you in a long time. And a lot of them are saying, wow, they're really coming back. They're coming back for me. And that hole that they were trying to crawl themselves out of, they were clawing themselves out of the hole. And as soon as they saw the light, here's this woman standing up there in the light saying, smiling, and they forgot that, hey, I made a plan to come out of this hole and I'm not letting anybody. Relaxed and fell right back in the hole. And those who continue to say, you know what, hell with that, I'm not going back in that hole. Here come those intelligent brothers. You know, everything is game, you know. You guys just don't want to play, you know. You got to play. You can win. And I'm looking at this year of the Jubilee. And I don't want to tell my brothers, look, this is the year of the Jubilee. You got to decide whether or not you're going to take on your own. You're going to challenge yourself. You got to be like a tree in a hurricane. 150-mile-an-hour wind, you're going to bend but not break. If necessary, you will let every leaf on every branch blow away, so you save your tree. Let them all go. Let them all go. This is the Jubilee. You get to start over with a clean slate. All your debts, the universe let go. Even if you walk out with no money in your pocket, walk away. Leave the fools who are talking about everything is game behind. Do not look back to see if they're coming. Do not look back to see if they've been eaten by the people who they thought were coming back to them. Some of you are going to get pissed off at me. But that's your job. You get paid to do that. You get paid to say it's all game. And I understand that. A man needs money to live. But guess what? The money you make from this, guess who's going to take it? Hope you all have a great day. Study the lion. Study this African lion. And study the years of Jubilee beginning from this current one that we're in. Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, the 50 years before that, the 50 years before that, and the 50 years before that. It's interesting read. It's an interesting study. One, I bet that the intelligent brothers who are preaching that everything is game never looked at. Yes, it goes all the way back to, well, you'll find out. Like I said, have a great day.